Hey YouTube, Zach here, the professional nerd. In today's video, we will be building the rest of the Kossel Plus 3D printer. So, let's get started. Okay, so now that we have the entire assembly out of the way, we're going to be doing bag A5. And everything's just going to get connected just like this. Everything gets screwed into each other, so the nozzle goes into the heat block. This gets screwed into here. Tighten it. This gets screwed on here. And we're going to make sure you leave a distance, some space. And this gets screwed on like that. And now let's just get these nice and tight. Okay, so that's all done. And then we're now next going to be taking these, and the thermistor, or the hot end, goes in here. And then this goes in like this. And what you're going to do is, oops, this is put on backwards. So here's a good note for everyone. You're going to make sure that this set screw is on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that and make sure that set screw is on the other side, and everything's flipping around and put back together, and all these will be plugged in, and once that's done, I will come back. Okay, now we're going to move on to bag A6, and so what we have to do now is we have to look for the recessed one. So this one's flat. So this one has a recess. That's going to push into this, like that. Then this piece is going to go along like this. And it's just going to hold everything into place. And then you're going to take these screws. And we push the screws through the hole on the other side. Line it up, push it through. And then we tighten the nut onto it. So once I do it with the 4 screws, I will be back and we'll move on to the carbon rods. Okay, so I have all 6 carbon rods laid out here. So now we're going to be placing them just like this, here, 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 and here. And you just put it there, take the screw that is provided, push the screw through the rod end, and you just put it into this aluminum. It's already pre-threaded, so literally it just screws in. And I'll be back once I have all of the other 5 done. Okay, so now we're gonna go into bag A8, take out the fan shroud, and the screws. We're gonna be taking this apart, looking for the 4 holes for the fan. Attach the fan as such. And carefully tightening it in because this is a 3D printed part. So once I have all of the screws tightened in, I will be back. Okay, so now I've dumped out bag 9. So there's 2 sets of screws, some shorter ones, some longer ones, and then there's the 6 rounded heads. So we're going to take our these metal pulley holders, and we're just going to take it and attach the carbon rods to them, just as such. And I'm going to go ahead and do it to all of them and tighten it down. And once that is done, I'll be back. So now we're going to be attaching the carbon rods and these ending pulleys to the linear rails. So we'll just put our 4 screws in and then tighten it down. So that's tightened on. And so I'll be right back with the next step. Okay, so now we're going to start with the belt. So now we're going to attach the belt This is how I like to do it, so I can try getting it tight as I can. I attach it like this, and then I take and run it through the top, around the pulley, pull it down until it gets tight, bring it through here, make sure you bring it through all this. Let me just pan it down a little bit the camera so you can see a little bit down here. So I'm gonna make a loop, and just so I can loop it around the gear on the stepper motor. Okay, so that's attached. And you're just gonna try pulling it as tight as you can. Lock a couple teeth in so you have it secured. Wrap it around there, and now you have your belt attached. I'm gonna go around and mess around with this until I get a little bit tighter. But so in that time, when I come back, we'll be going on to the next step. Okay, so now we're going to be assembling the extruder. So first off, we're going to take this small screw here, put in the bearing, and tighten it in. And I'm going to grab a screwdriver quickly. Okay, that's good. Then we're going to be taking this long screw, pushing that screw in that through here. Just like this. And that spring's going to go with this. And the spring gets, okay, so this gets screwed in all the way. Screw goes in like this. And it's going to set it together like this. And this is what's going to be put together on the stepper motor. So now we're going to be attaching this tooth gear. So I have to undo that. So once I have all this assembled, I'm going to put the gear on, and then I'm going to attach this just like this. Once I have all that done, I'll be back and I'll show you what the next step would be. As you can see, I went ahead and attached it to the aluminum extrusion. So we have the angle bracket here, the stepper motor goes here, the orange piece that I was talking about goes here. I have the gear in. I put on the Bowden tube connector here. That's where the hole where the filament goes in. And then I also attached the spool holder right there. It's attached here just the same way as everything else gets attached. And yep, everything was labeled. That was A12. And next, it looks like we're going to be working on the circuit board and all the chips. And we'll be attaching everything there. So I'll grab all that out and we'll come back when I'm ready. Okay, so I have all the parts laid out, as you can see here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be attaching this board to this 3D printer plate. And the USB cable is going to go into the opposite side of the fan slot. So we're going to take out these black screws. And we're just going to attach it. Screw goes in this way with the nut on the other. And I'm going to go ahead and attach the circuit board, the fans here, and then I'll come back once I have the fans and this connected. Okay, so now as you can see, I have all of the things that need plugged into their spots, the correct spots. I also have everything somewhat wire tied. Something I will probably end up doing is designing something that I can attach to the aluminum extrusion so everything can be nicely and neatly routed across. So next, all we're going to do is just, I feel everything like wired up nicely. We're just going to attach the heated bed plate. So once we have that done, so we're just going to attach it like this. And it's just going to be placed in just like this. And you're going to put in all the screws. And just like that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just tighten it all down. Once it's all tightened down, pretty much your printer's done and you can start doing the calibration. Okay, so now I would like to thank you for watching the build log of the printer. Next week, I will be going through either the review or the calibration video on how to calibrate this printer and get it printing. So please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.